The current ordinance says I can have an open container here on campus, but right across the street, it's illegal. The burglars entered Big Daddy Guns. They went over to these cases that you can see are now empty. Cell phone cameras are usually used to take selfies or to take fun photos, but at this 7-Eleven, Winter Springs police say a man used his camera to take pictures up a woman's skirt. Even at early educational centers like the daycare behind me, experts say that they can identify behavioral issues in children under the age of 5 years old. Dr. Shea recommends horses get acupuncture up to twice a month, usually along their backs right along here. Now a pilot program, a partnership between Alachua County and Meridian Behavioral Healthcare, will try to make a difference. While many people in Cedar Key are filling up sandbags and boarding up their windows, all of them are going to be evacuating on this bridge right here. The intersection behind me is usually very busy, but Sunday afternoon, Orange County deputies had to shut it down because a man was dangling on the edge of the overpass. People staying at this hotel behind me say they woke up Sunday morning to find several car windows smashed in. She was the woman who corralled cars here at Wolf Lake Elementary School. Animals from the Marion County Humane Society are loaded onto this bus right here. While many people in Cedar Key are filling up sandbags and boarding up their windows, all of them are going to be evacuating on this bridge right here. But one owner of a motel is trying something a little different.
Well, I'm nervous that, we'll have to go through it again. It's very hard. But we'll get through it. Yep, Cedar Key's strong.
Cedar Key motel owner Maureen Dragonetti has already been through Hurricane Irma and Hermine. Hurricane Hermine completely destroyed all of the furniture in her motel called Low Key Hideaway 2 years ago.
And there was water just around us, and the bed was starting to float, and end tables were flopping over, and everything was destroyed. I woke up the next morning, and I was just like, what are we gonna do?
She had to buy brand new furniture for every room. And now Hurricane Michael, a Category 3 storm, is on its way. And while Cedar Key High School students are filling up sandbags to prepare for the storm, Maureen says sandbags didn't save her motel last time. So now she's relying on something else. Tape.
We're hoping for the best, but Mother Nature, you can't fight her. But you just got to prepare for her and pray like heck.
In the midst of getting ready for the storm, Cedar Key also had mandatory evacuation orders today, making Michelle Turba's vacation at the motel end early.
It's very disappointing. I really was wanting just a week where I could hang out and sit by the water and read books and have a few beers, so I'm really hating that we had to cut this short.
Both Michelle and Maureen expect the community will come together and overcome any challenges.
Oh, it is everything. Everything was devastating, but there's always something good in it, and that's the people. The people make you just keep going.
Casey Albritton, WUFT News.
She was okay until we got here.
Jay Brown and her 1-year-old daughter live in Griffin Park. She says their home is invaded with rats, bugs, and black mold, which she believes is resulting in trips to the emergency room.
My baby only 1 year old, and she getting bitten up. Then she having respiratory infections, severe earaches, and that's sad.
She says her daughter has had 2 respiratory infections within the past year. Brown showed us where the mold grows on her ceiling and in the air vents.
All up here. They didn't even come all the way around and upstairs in the room.
According to City of Orlando records, there are roughly 5 pages of similar complaints about the living conditions. Brown says her baby is not the only one suffering.
They need to tear these down. Everybody getting sick over here.
And that's exactly what is going to happen. Brown received a notice on her door explaining that Griffin Park will be demolished and rebuilt. This process could take years to start, and for Brown, she just can't wait that long. She is moving as soon as she can.
I can't keep letting her go through the same thing over and over again.
Despite efforts to improve the area, Brown says there's no returning for her little family.
I just want to move back because the experiments with her right now, I don't want that experiments again.
Reporting from Orlando, Casey Albritton, News 6. The Teresi family escaped Hurricane Sandy in New York, and then they moved to this beautiful area in Volusia County. Then their house got flooded again, and now they want to elevate their house on stilts like these.
My wife, she says, there's water in the living room. So I'm running around with a towel thinking, but when I looked out of the sliders, there was 10 inches of water. I looked like I was in a fish tank.
This was the scene at Bruce and Lisa Teresi's house in Ormond Beach when Hurricane Irma swept through Florida last year.
And I looked out to my pool, which we had just put in like 2 months before, and all of a sudden the water's coming from there, and behind the cypress swamp, it came in.
The Teresis say they couldn't believe their house was devastated for a second time. They had previously survived Hurricane Sandy in New York, and Florida was supposed to be their escape. The Teresis aren't the only ones experiencing flooding. According to Volusia County documents, 6 other houses in the same area have flooded in 2001, 2004, 2009, and 2017. Now the county is requesting to apply for a FEMA grant that will put each of the homes on tall beams, elevating them to 7 feet above ground. The county will make a decision on July 10th. If the plan is approved, the Teresis will have to live somewhere else during construction, and Lisa says her beloved neighborhood is worth the temporary move.
We're going to raise, though, and stay here. You can't beat it. It's wonderful.
Casey Albritton, News 6.
This is News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, we're starting off with breaking news after a car crashes into an apartment building, destroying a power box and putting several people out of their homes. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Casey Albritton. We're following more breaking news. Florida Highway Patrol is looking for the driver who hit a 72-year-old man and took off. Also breaking at noon, President Trump is urging U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions to end the Russia investigation. Today is an important school safety deadline for all Florida districts. Leaders have until today to establish training programs for staff to identify signs of mental illness. News 6 has reached out to several local counties. The ones we've heard back from tell us they've approved plans already. Today we'll be emailing them again, as well as the Florida Department of Education, to see how all of Florida schools are doing with the deadline.